G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4. Today we are on Borderlands because we're casting EGC TV's latest event. We're in the group stages at the moment of the Elite Classic number 3. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's get into it because we have got plenty of action in this game. I am confident this is a high level game. Both of these players very high level. We did just hear that Japanese scout. He was very loud, wasn't he? Anyway, let's get into it and introduce our players for today. Spawning on the east of the map in the color yellow, playing as the Malians, it's Wham01. And on the west side of the map in the color purple, playing as the Japanese, it's We'll Be Counting Stars, also known as CSO. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a caster game. A pleasure to have your company here today, and I'll be honest, I'm looking forward to seeing what CSO is putting down in this game because I think he is one of the most aggressive players we have seen in recent times. When you think of like traditionally aggressive players, you're thinking of your Vortexes, you're thinking of your Lucifrons, but CSO is on another level. And I'm gonna put that out there right now. I think CSO is a whole nother level of aggression. So look, he's starting us off strong here, looking to play the Japanese, opening us up with a spearman opening, and this makes a lot of sense, right? You're up against the Malians, so any little damage that you can do towards them is definitely going to make some sense. I'm curious to see how many spears he actually manages to pull out today, but I would suspect probably in the region of about 4 to 5, just to try and siege this down as much as we possibly can. But Wham on this other side, he's got a number of ways he can go about defending it. So you can go for the Saharan trade network. We've seen players do that before, so they'll go and put the Saharan trade network right on the corner. Normally you want to save it for a mining I was going to say a mining pit, a mining camp. Yeah, you can do the Saharan trade network. It's less common, but I think the most likely thing that we'll see here from Wham is that he'll put some villagers on wood in the transition, and he'll be rushing his age up, maybe 5 or 6 villages, and then look to get up an archery range. Just because, have a look how far away this is from the main town center. This is quite far away. So the likelihood that you're going to be out here repairing these huts is very, very low. Because of that, I think it means that you're kind of forced to play into getting that archery range down. And we can already see additional spearmen now coming out. This is the 4th spearman that we've got here for CSO. So he is definitely opening it up, and wow, an outpost coming down as well. I love this. I love this so much. It's actually awesome getting to watch players develop like this, and we can see this guy's running out. He's got his torch ready to go. It's not yet lit. He's got that second hand just preparing the flame by the looks of it. But we can hear behind the scenes, there's the Saharan trade network, so he's opted for a little bit more of a defensive route. Now, keep in mind, there are trade posts on this map, a little bit awkwardly placed. Not only are they towards the, not only are they towards the middle of the map, but they are also towards, like, the center of the map as well. Not that we've got a middle and a center, but towards the middle of the edges and then towards the center of the map as well. So very awkwardly placed. I think the best spot, if you were going to trade like to this one, you'd probably want to trade to this corner and then try and secure the top, the north of the map. I think that's how you'd want to at least do it, but obviously it's a different ball game for these guys. We can see the houses are slowly getting burnt down. We're right on board with Wham, as he's going to try and defend just with the Saharan trade network, and we can see right here that he should still be able to come out. The outpost is technically down. Vills are going to be pulled out to try and get a bit of a repair in. He's also got the spearman now inside. No, I think that's the villager inside the house that is doing a bit of damage here. Saharan trade network is coming online, but it's taking its time to get there, so opting for that instead of going into the archers. So expect for him not to go into the archers, probably go straight into Castle Age, I guess, is if you're going Saharan trade network. You can see a lot of damage done here on that villager, but fortunately makes it out, no villager losses. And in the end, Wham's defense, for the moment, it's holding. Now, how many did he get? He got 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to say 4 houses is what he got. So not a bad little effort early on, because you got to remember that not only are these houses population space, but it's also gold that's being generated, and it's also potential gold that is no longer being generated. So now all of a sudden the pit mine's only generating 63 when it should be, you know, generating almost 100, and that hurts, and that continues to hurt throughout the game. So definitely doing some nice little shenanigans early on, but we will see from CSO behind the scenes. The Kura storehouse is coming up, and one of the things that I will point out to you guys right now, take a look at my UI. Yes, take a look at my UI. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? We have got all the Japanese upgrades in. Not only that, but we also get to see the Bannerman. Have a look at that. You hover over it, it tells you which one it is, how many total Bannermen there are. What an amazing change. So hats off to the devs once again. They are continuing to impress me with their updates, with their improvements, because this is just another one that they've hit out of the park. And look, I'm sure there's going to be the people that say, well, you know, it's been 18 months that the Japanese and the Byzantines have been out, and the Japanese have never had their unique improvements on the UI. They've not had their wheelbarrow, the Tatara upgrade coming through the you know, they haven't had any of their unique upgrades. This should be a mandatory thing, and yeah, I get that, but at the same time, you know, it's one of those things where if you've gone hungry for a long time, it's still really nice to get some food, isn't it? So anyway, we'll move on. Age up comes through on the other side of the map. It's going to be the Kura storehouse. First of the farms is down, and we see some villagers migrate over towards this position as well. One idle for the moment. I'm sure he'll fix it up. And where does he go from here? 5 vills on gold. So likely that we do see a Castle Age coming through. Now, Wham is doing a little bit of doubling down here. So on the first part of this, you know, you've got the Saharan trade network, and now you've gone Saharan trade network, which means you haven't gone in for the big boy pit mine. So now you're down 75 gold a minute. But then further to that, you've now also invested into an archery range. So it really feels like Wham has been pushed off balance quite heavily early on here, and this is one of those hard things that I talked about, like in the previous game that we casted with Beastie, and the fact that he was able to push his opponent off balance early on through aggression. I think it's really valuable if you can do that, because it forces your opponent to react, and even if they overreact, it can be very, very bad for them. But so far, if I had to guess, I would say this is probably an overreaction, right? Like, what are these archers going to do at the moment? He's going to go for a bust. Interesting decision, Wham going for a bust here. The risk that he loses a villager here is quite high, but at the same time, if he doesn't do... Oh, he's got the Saharan trade network he can garrison in, so even if you start working down one of the vills, I think you should be able to keep it alive. But a lot of idle time, huge value coming out from CSO just by doing this in the first place. So very well done. You can see, yeah, he's just going to garrison that bad boy inside the Saharan trade network. Immediately puts down the mine. All the vills are getting to work. He's probably going to be heading towards Castle Age, or at least wants to be heading towards Castle Age. And we can see that our Japanese player has, for the moment, looked to do that. He's doing a bit of scouting. What's the go here? So he's looking to scout up towards... Is he anticipating professional scouts? Is that what he's suspecting? We can double check and see. No professional scouts just yet, but I love the awareness, the fact that he's thinking, okay, there's a risk here that professional scouts could be in play. So let's just get up here. Let's just get out and get patrolling. And you can see down to the south, he's doing the same thing there. So just looking to pick up any potential enemy units at the same time. Have a look at this. Wham just being very annoying behind the scenes. He's done a nice, decent job on dealing with these close deer, but the age up about to come through. There it is. Oh my god, it's the Temple of Equality. It's the Temple of Equality in a tournament game. Ladies and gentlemen, how exciting is this? We are witnessing something of beauty right here. Where do we even start? Okay, let's just start by going through the 2 landmarks that you've got available to you. Of course, you'll be familiar with the first one, the floating gate. Gives you the Shinto priest, gives you a Yorishiro every 2 minutes. You can choose what you want to do with the Yorishiro. The most common thing that we see players do is they grab a Yorishiro, stick it in a stable, make a whole bunch of mounted samurai, and then use that Shinto priest to go on and gather up all the relics on the map. It gives them really good map control. However, today we're going with the Temple of Equality, and that's quite different because it allows you to produce Buddhist monks, gives you unique Buddhist technologies, but also allows the construction of 4 additional Buddhist temples. The main reason why this is powerful is because of Sahei's Sutra and enhancing the damage of allies with a Buddhist conversion. So basically what's happened is you can use your relics to empower your units. And because of that, there is realistically, it is a limitless, well, it's not limitless, it's 100%. On a map like this. So immediately we see the Buddhist monk come through. My favorite upgrade here is this one right here, Zen, which allows your Buddhist to generate 25 gold every 60 seconds, which effectively makes them about like or 2/3 of a villager, which is pretty impressive when you think about it. So I'm going to be looking forward to that. Javelin throw is going to get caught out. Donzos are here as well to provide some backup, though. Wham at the moment, not even close to going Castle Age. Have a look at this. He's going for a cow boom. He's doing that old thing. He says, you know what? We can't afford to go Castle. We've got cows to make, and understandably so. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, the expansion continues now from CSO. Got the scouts out. Curious to see what direction he takes this game, but my suspicion is he looks to try and pick up every single relic on this map, and of course, he'll be uncontested in Castle for quite some time here. Now, Wham's going to be scouting this out as well, so we'll look to move units down towards this position. Plenty of units coming down here. A little bit of an update, personal update for me. Currently standing in the standing desk. Thank you for asking. Drink of the day, it is banana-flavored milk drink. I've been told it's Korean. My wife bought a case of these from Costco, and I do not disagree with her. They are amazing. So there you go. That's the little Drongo update for you guys. I'll give you. I don't think there's anything left in the banana milk. Give me a sec. Yep. It's all gone. It's all gone. So I guess technically it's not the drink of the day, though. I tell you what, it is absolutely the drink of the day. It might not be the drink of the cast, but I'm enjoying it. It's quite nice, actually. It's been a long time since I've had banana milk. You know, I think there's realistically in life, there's 2 times in life that you get banana milk. The first one is when you're a kid. You know, like when you're 8 or 9 years old. And then the second one is when you go to hospital. I don't know about you guys, but last time I went to hospital, they were like, yeah, this is all you can have, banana milk. All right, we'll take it. Thank you. Anyway. Upgrades starting to come through. Wheelbarrow on the way now for Wham 01. So looking to invest a little bit further in the economy. He's up to 16 cows. Relic is going to get found out eventually. I love the extent that CSO went to try and hide this monk, but unfortunately it does go down in the end. He moved the Relic pretty close. How's he doing on the rest of the Relics? If we take a look and see, it doesn't look like he's managed to secure any up just yet. Has he even got... Yeah, we've got another Buddhist monk that is out. Is he training more? He is training more. Keep in mind, there's definitely a bit of an investment in... Hold on a minute. What have we got here? Look at the amount of cows that we've got out now. Almost completing every single cow. It's got 17 at the moment. That's the 18th one that just popped out. A little bit of a raid here you'll see on the UI. We've got one Uma Banaman on the field. And it also happens to be the Uma Banaman that is on our screen. Meanwhile, towards the middle of the map, another Shinto priest is going to go down. I tell you what, this whole Shinto shrine thing not really working out too well with the Temple of Equality just yet. But we'll see. The relics are it's gonna take a while to bring them in. Wham looking to age up now. Now, has he spotted out all the relics? This one hasn't been spotted. We kind of see this, but he wouldn't see anything on his mini-map. So, for all intents and purposes, he has scouted 3 relics. At least I think, yeah. He's spotted, well, 3 excluding the one that he's already got possession of. So hopefully we see him look to pick up more. I would love to see if he can actually utilize the Temple of Equality bonuses. It's been a while since it's been a hot minute since I played the Japanese. Give me a sec here. Let's familiarize ourselves with these upgrades that they've got. Grand Fulani Corral coming through as well. You can see he's trying to sneak through the backside here. More units towards the front. It's going to be the Scout. So the first upgrade, we've already talked about it. It's going to allow you to generate essentially 25 gold every minute of the game, just from each individual Buddhist monk that you've got. That's the first upgrade that you've got. The second upgrade that you've got is Nahan, which is available in the Imperial Age. So Imperial Age upgrade, it's going to take a bit longer, but upgrades the Buddhist conversion to Nahan conversion, which has a 25% shorter cooldown, and additionally improves nearby allied units' movement speed by 25% when cast. So basically the idea is you carry the relic with you into battle, and as the battle begins, you cast your conversion. But instead of trying to convert the enemy units, you're looking to inspire your own. That's the key difference here. So it's an interesting mechanic, and we haven't really seen it utilized. Or, in fact, I don't think we've ever seen it utilized at the top level. We've seen people go the Temple of Equality before, but never really like sincerely, legitimately. And especially now that we've got a tournament game, and the fact that this is happening between, like, CSO is rank 2 on the ladder right now. Wham 01, I think he's rank 6. These guys are pretty damn good players. So, you know, money is on the line. There's a lot on the line right now. And the fact that this is coming out now, this is a good sign. This is a good sign. You can see he's trying to grab that relic towards the center. No, that is not his relic. So what have we got? We've got another one that's been sniped away around the back. So that's going to give him 3. 3 is already quite good. You're up to 60% damage with that conversion. So here, we'll go over the conversion. When you're holding a relic, which is being scouted out by the villager, by the way, but when you're holding the relic, you've got access to that conversion. That conversion is the Buddhist conversion. And let's just make sure that we're not missing any of the action. Couple of units moving behind the scenes also got towards the top, so we'll keep an eye on these guys. But attempts to convert enemy units within range of this Buddhist monk to your control. And then the second component is upon casting Buddhist conversion, nearby allied units gain an increase of 20% damage for 20 seconds. So you're getting 20% increase to all damage, and then you're getting that movement speed as well if you can get the Imperial Age upgrade. So there's a couple of key components there, but now on the backside, Sofa Warrior is going to try and defend. A little bit outnumbered at the moment. Also got more cavalry coming through from the south side. On a Bagasha now. Veterancy upgrades come through, so they're going to dish out that damage. Whammo 1 looking to try and hold this position. He'll have reinforcements close. There's plenty of units on the way back. On a Bagasha quite fast on their attack as well as on their movement speed. We do have, unfortunately, the Bannerman going down, but He's baited away a lot of the units to the backside. What's he got towards the front? Not a whole lot. He's taken out a villager, so only 2 workers taken out this game, and a handful of units going to make it out alive. But in the end, you got to say that's a pretty good fight right there for Wham-O-1. He's feeling good about himself. This could be bad. This could be bad. We're going to need Warwick. Okay, there we go. He's taken out. Warwick the Wolf is taken out. And behind the scenes, we do have the Buddhist temple starting to come up. So, produces the Buddhist monk and houses unique Buddhist technologies. Starting in the Castle Age, religious units can pick up relics and place them in this building to generate gold. But not only that, you also get access to the the third and final component, which is Buddhist temples cast Sahai Sutra on a nearby enemy unit every 6 seconds. And that's one of the key things that the Buddhist monk does, something that we haven't really talked about just yet. It reduces enemy damage by 50%. For 60 seconds. So essentially what you're looking to do with this strategy, and we'll see how it comes to fruition, but he's essentially looking to build up as many of these monks as he possibly can. He's looking to generate gold while he's doing it. You can see that he's got the Zen upgrade that's come through right now. And then in the event that the battle actually happens and he doesn't just win by pure religious victory, he will hopefully be able to cast Sahai Sutra on enemy units and reduce their damage. So this can be very powerful against things that have got high attack. So what would it be good against? It would be good against something like a Gilded Knight from the Order of the Dragon, or a Genoese crossbow from the Knights Templar. What wouldn't it be good against? It wouldn't be good against a Donzo, because the Donzo doesn't have a huge amount of damage that it is doing, or the Men-at-Arms. It wouldn't be particularly strong against the Men-at-Arms. So these are factors to consider when you're going for this strategy about the type of units that you're expecting the enemy to make. Of course, it's still going to be effective against the Donzo, but it's not going to be as effective as something against or compared to like a high damage dealer. And that principle is just based purely on armor and the way that armor works. But now, towards the center, the mounted samurai are going to continue to chase away these Sofa warriors, these pesky Sofa warriors. Get on out of here. They got the Bannerman in tow ready to go. And now that army's really starting to look quite strong for Wham. These guys are committing heavily to the Castle Age at the moment. 17 minutes through that last relic. I say that last relic. There's still a relic up towards the north, but we'll switch it over to the income per turn, or income per minute rather, get a bit of an idea on where these guys are currently in relation to each other. You can see they're being chased at the moment. Look at the amount of monks we've got on this field right now. Boy, oh boy. So 17 and a half minutes into the game, and you've got about, what are we sitting at, 2.3k? Compared to about 2.6, 2.7k on the side of Wham. So Malians with a slight advantage at the moment. But Sahai Sutra going to get casted. You can see right there. So a reduction of 10 damage. Keep that in mind. Now, I don't know whether that affects the bonus that they receive. I don't think it does. I don't think it affects bonus damage. So as an example, like the Donzo, it does 9 with 23 versus cavalry. So that 9 is going to get reduced down to 5. But then the 23 against cavalry just stays the same. I'm pretty sure. Because we can see it's got the +2 versus infantry. Oh, no, it does. I take it back. I take it back. It does appear to be affected. The bonus damage is affected. My mistake. I remember that upgrade being +2 to infantry. I guess I'm misremembering. Anyway. On Abbasid towards the north side. Towards the south, we've got another raid that's coming through. He's going to actually pick up quite a bit of vills down here. That's another 3 or 4 that he's managed to take. There are units down here. No poisoned arrows just yet picked up for these archers. He's looking for it now, actually. We see them coming through. It's an expensive upgrade, so naturally it's going to take some time to get in. Onabagation out here doing work, and you can see the shaman, rather the imam, moving up towards that north side. Might actually tip off our boy to see whether or not he can grab this relic, but it doesn't look like it's going to be happening. You can see that the relic is being brought through. Onabagation might be able to spot it out and see or not whether he'll be able to clean it up. If he's paying attention, it appears right just there in the fog. Mounted Samurai going to be coming through. Ideally, we want him to grab as many relics as he can if he's pulling off this strategy. I'm really curious to see as to whether or not he brings the relics into the fight, because that will be a huge damage bonus if he can actually do that. And combined with the fact that you're able to also reduce the damage that your opponent is doing, it's a massive swing. But you got to remember at the end of the day, while they're economic units, they're also technically military units. They are taking population space. Nice little raid on the south by Wham-O-1. Now keep in mind, if you want to catch more EGC TV games, you can do that over on their Twitch channel this weekend, 15 GMT, Saturday and Sunday. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can watch it live, but make sure you drop a follow for them. Check out when they're going live. Second TC coming down at this time, right when you're under pressure from the enemy. This is very ballsy coming out right now from CSO. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, at the end of the day, right, the brunt of the push from the Malians? No, I was going to say it's kind of happened already. That's not the case. I think Malians are still definitely peaking at this point. Like, even 20 minutes into the game, like, this is still Malian peak territory. We're talking about, what, 900, 1,500, 2,800, roughly 27, 2,800 resources a minute coming through, all off the 1 TC. It's obviously going to go downhill from here, but a little bit of a position advantage. Donzo's moving forward, going to find some villagers up towards the top side. At the same time, towards the south, Sahay Sotra going to get cast on these Donzos. Only doing 12 extra damage against cavalry. That's definitely going to empower these units, and we can see just how many monks he's got in tow. The secret Japanese strategy might actually be legit. I can't believe that we're not only revealing it, but getting to see the potential that it's got. Look at the amount of units he's got in here. Coming into this game, seeing the Japanese, naturally I'm excited, but I don't think I ever expected to see the Temple of Equality in a competitive game, let alone a, not just a ranked game, but quite literally a tournament game. Money is on the line in this game. It is incredibly important that both players put their best foot forward, try and get a victory here. But now Poison Arrows is through. Decent amount, 54 at the moment. He's got 54 Buddhist monks. He's going to have the power to heal up absolutely everything. You can see all of that gold that they're trickling in as well. A decent amount that comes through every minute. And now the look at the healing. He just brings them forward. There's actually no relics that he's holding at the moment. Keep in mind that single relic's also going to give him access to that damage increase. I don't think he gets the movement speed bonus just yet. If we take a look and see, yeah, it's not until Imperial Age that he's going to have access to Nahan. No walls coming up. A little bit disappointing on that south side. I'd love to see some walls coming up. Numbers continued pushing towards the front. He's at 22 minutes at the moment. Still looking a little bit scary. All the healing coming through. He's trying his best to keep these units alive. At the same time, also casting out. Look at all of the Sahay Sotra casted through here, a huge amount. And now, plenty of healing coming through. Benaman on the back. Donzo's going to be working their magic on the front, though. They're going to be doing it a little bit less effectively with that damage reduction coming in. Archers trying to tee off these back guys one by one. Slowly working them down in the numbers now from the south. Look like this may solidify the position of Wham 01. The numbers are increasingly looking better for him, but we see more reinforcements now going to be coming through. Mounted Samurai on the way, and so much healing is coming out. You've got that healing problem where because you're just healing constantly, all that damage is getting nullified and you don't really notice it and your numbers look great, but then all of a sudden you're like, hold on a minute, what's going on here? Because we've got so much healing that's in play. And now, despite what appeared to be a really good fight for Wham 01, somehow the Japanese have turned it around. They've said, hey, actually, this is a legit strat. I've been saving it all this time. I'm only just revealing it right now. And that is insane. What was that sound? Did you hear that? It was like a buzzer? Did you guys hear that? It was like a man. Was it a cow mooing? It sounded like a buzzer to me. That was a strange sound. I'm just hoping it wasn't outside my house, and I hope it was in the game. It's always, whoa, what is that? Maybe it was the music. Maybe, I'm going to go with maybe it was the music. Mounted Samurai going to try and chase the sofa towards the top side. Ville's going to be running escape routes, trying to find a way out. Meanwhile, Japanese just run straight past, say, hey, don't worry about it. You don't want to fight? That's fine. I didn't want to fight either. And now, the Mounted Samurai together with the religious units make their way back here. Still just that 1 TC for Wham 01 at the moment. Inside the base, the Sofa Warriors getting chased. Back towards the main place. You can see he's trying to work through these little walls here. Is he just going to heal up? Is he just going to commit? Sahay Sutra, it just got casted on like 3 units. You can see it's kind of triggering slowly on these units. And that's going to last a long time. I think, yeah, it's 60 seconds. It's a huge debuff duration. A massive amount of debuff that's put on you for such a long time as well. And continues to move behind the backside. We'll spot out some villagers here. Towards the front, we've got Mounted Samurai up against Sofa Warrior. Which one wins in that battle? You'd have to think Mounted Samurai would win every single day of the week. Yeah, the Mounted Samurai would absolutely win every single day of the week. It's got far significant statistics. Of course, it's got that armor as well, the deflective armor. But at the end of the day, the numbers are still looking pretty decent here for the Sofa Warriors. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, it is going to be the Mounted Samurai reinforcements that are able to contribute to victory in this part of the map. The movement speed on the Buddhist monks actually pretty quick. Like they're able to put some distance here. Now, we've still got those relics that are sitting safely inside the Temple of Equality. No Wallalol attempt just yet. And keep in mind, even if it's an attempt, you're still going to be empowering up your units. But he's able to get the heals. Look how quickly he's going to heal this one up. Let's see if he's able to focus it. Look at the way how he moves all of the monks forward. He brings all of the monks towards the front, kind of lets them tank up all the damage, get all the debuffs on it. Oh, it's so smart. Oh, it's so smart. He brings them forward, lets them take all the damage, just throws out the debuffs, and then brings the army into fight after everything's been debuffed. Look at the amount of debuff that's here. He's debuffing about 50% of those spearmen, or those donzos, rather. That is absolutely disastrous. Takes the damage down significantly. You're going from doing... Well, you're going down to 17 damage from what was 33 damage. That is a huge difference. More units continue to rally in towards the front. We've got plenty of Buddhist monks. And by the way, just keep in mind, he is spamming them out. Have a look at the amount of resources that he's got invested in here. Look at this. He's got 33 in queue, 700 gold, and he's just pumping gold right now. All of this is just free. It's free real estate. I mean, it's just generating itself. It's like it's a Ponzi scheme, except it's for Age of Empires 4, so it's perfectly legal. So technically, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say it is. Like, you're getting a great return on investment. Hey, man, if I could, how much does it cost to build one of these? That's a pretty good investment. That's like a 3-minute turnaround time. That is not bad at all. But now moving forward, all of the army for the Malians here, trying their best to defend the Malian base. Inside at the monks, just casting off that Sahai Sutra, spamming it on any unit they can find, trying to reduce the damage that they're doing, and then at the same time healing themselves up, having a little bit of a healing party, but at the same time he's just getting absolutely crushed. I think he's got to get surrounded here, probably going to get taken out, this little army, and he's going to lose a huge amount of his monks. But just keep in mind that I don't think he really minds. Like, he is just spamming them non-stop. It is crazy the extent that he is going with them. Plenty more towards the front. He's got another 29 chilling out around the banner man. And still somehow these guys are alive. I mean, they're healing like crazy, which is to be expected. Mounted Samurai trying to make a little bit of an escape out the backside. Springald's now coming into play as well. How is Springald's going to work here? I guess Springald's kind of makes sense. Still these guys. I love that there's still a single Mounted Samurai that is holding it down in this army, but eventually it will get cleaned up. Another little attack attempt down the south. We've got plenty of little proxies that are happening out on the base. Control of resources, obviously, going to be a key component of victory in this game. But for the moment, I mean, the Japanese don't care too much about gold. We can say that much. They're not even gathering up any gold. He doesn't need it. He's still sitting on 1.9k gold per minute. Just, you know, without casually gathering any gold. It's a cool little thing that you can do. 37 Buddhist monks in queue, ready to roll. He's at, where is he at? 160 population against Wham's 126. I can't believe it's taken this long for people to work this out. This is kind of wild. The numbers look very convincing at the top here, but you got to remember that effectively, I mean, those 55 monks, they're not really doing much. Right? Like, they're only just permanently healing every unit, debuffing every unit. What else are they doing? I mean, they're not doing too much inspiration at the moment. Oh, yeah, that's right. They're generating gold. They're doing a lot. Hey, okay, real talk. What's the bet? I'm not even kidding you. This is going to get nerfed in the next patch. I'm not even kidding you. What's the bet this gets nerfed, dude? They're like, yeah, you know what? Like, we kind of cooked a little bit too hard on that one. Sorry, guys. I can't believe it, man. Like, I think Wham's probably walking away from this one thinking, how do I deal with these units? And that's a pretty good question, right? Like, how do you deal with this, right? Like, let's say your opponent is doing this to you. What do you do to counter it? Wham's going to attempt to do some Springald shenanigans, and I think that's probably the right course, or like the right trajectory. I think you probably want to do AoE. I think you want to do area of effect, try and take them out through area of effect. Like, maybe even some mangonels might work, or just a combination of both. But you got to remember, Springald's doing 15 range or 15 damage here. Doesn't get a bonus against these units, so you're going to need a lot of shots to be successful. But we'll see how much he's able to actually get in there. I don't think you're going to be able to cast Sahai Sutra on the Springald itself. But now, where is the army right now for Wham? Wham is out of position. If we ride on board with him, you can see he's got units in every single part of his base. 29 minutes into this game, he's going to try and hold on the defense. Sahai Sutra going to come to the aid of the Japanese. Once again, you can see all of those debuffs coming through. Every single one of these debuffed units around the front here has lost its attack, or at least lost half of its attack. And now more units rallying in from the back. Fortunately, he's got plenty of archers here, but unfortunately, it looks like the Mounted Samurai have come through right on time. At the same time, he's just spamming them. Yeah, he's just going full Mounted Samurai. 69 of these lovely little Shinto priests on the map, but unfortunately, he reckons it's time to get out and dodge, so get out and dodge he will. What's the prospect of Imperial Age? Do you think it's relatively high? I feel like it's not that high. I think this is a very high tempo game. You're just really fighting each other 100% here, but now the heals come through. All right, let's have a look and see. He's gonna decide on fighting this position right here. A lot of debuffs on the backside as well. Looks like the AI has done done a lot better in managing their debuffs, because it used to be difficult to get them to work on all of the enemy units, but now you can see they're quite effectively stacked across the field here. So the debuff AI is definitely on point now. He's gonna turn around, get the heals off. Mango shot into the pack. Mounted Samurai gonna look to try and chase down all of these units. And where do we go from here? I mean, the reality is there's raids that are happening behind the scenes on Abbasid, just trying to find a way through. Subtle attacks from outposts just being thrown in. Not a huge, just a distraction at this point. He's secured the resources in the south. Trebuchets should be able to deal with this large presence in the middle. And now up to 61 Shinto priests again. I can't believe this, man. I'm genuinely of the opinion we're going to start seeing this go crazy. And you know the best part is, like, this isn't even his final form. He hasn't even picked up relics yet. And you can see clearly he absolutely could have. Like, he's at 167 pop. If you know, you push this up to like 30, 40 Mounted Samurai and you pump those relics, you're going to be talking an 80% attack boost. Meanwhile, your enemy's got a 50% attack reduction. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Mounted Samurai gonna move forward now. Looking to siege down the keep. Quite a bit of an army here for the Malians. But is it going to matter considering just how many healers we've got in the mix? He's gonna try and heal up these Mounted Samurai. One of them's gonna go down. He's not healing them or focus healing them all just quite yet. You can see some of them accelerated quite quickly. And now looking to dive in. He says, you know what? I like the odds. I like the chances. Let's give it a go. Underneath, on the sacred site, all the Shinto priests looking to debuff, finding a way through. Sohei Sutra working its magic. Springalds on the back. That's the way he thinks he's going to be able to cut down these forces, but he's focused on the cavalry for the moment. The poison arrows working it down, but still the number is looking really good. Look how healthy this base of healers are. It is incredible, but still he says, no, I don't have enough. I don't have the tempo. I still need more time. And you can see the military numbers has really started to drop here for him. So he does need to be cautious about staying here a bit too long. He can't afford to lose this mass at all. He's lost a lot of that military number. Now we're going to start seeing some Bannermans out. Does he start moving into potentially Samurais instead? Exactly what he moves into, Samurais. He's looking at the Samurai as a potential way to get through this now. Keep in mind, behind this, he's got a huge economy. He's had that second town center pumping for quite some time. He's obviously lost a fair few villagers this game, but, I mean, to be fair, both of these guys have lost plenty of villagers. The healing is going to continue. The heals will continue until morale improves. And at 69 healers, you're going to be absolutely improving your morale like a madman. Springalds number continuing to look good. I love the thinking by Wham. You know, he's really thought outside the box, and you can see just the amount of AoE damage that is being done to these units here. So every time they're doing healing like this is time that they're not spent doing debuffing, which is definitely a smart move on the side of Wham 01. But now those Samurai are starting to make their way onto the field. The veterancy obviously coming through. Has he picked up the upgrades yet? We'll take a look and see what kind of upgrades we're rocking. Where did that Samurai go? There was a Samurai in here. There it is. So we don't have the extra upgrade just yet for it, so probably going to be coming through shortly. The extra damage against infantry Odachi. Okay. All right. Well, the star of the show today has definitely been CSO. There's no surprise. I feel like every single CSO game we cast, they're always better than the last one. How does he keep improving on them? What strategies is this guy hiding? And now, it feels like we're closing in on that climatic battle. I'm getting rid of the UI. You can see he wants to fight. He's saying, come over here, let me debuff your army. He looks to debuff all the Donzos in the front, Samurai up towards the north side, and you can see that all of these healers are just taking it. They're tanking it to the face. They don't care, man. Mounted Samurai together with the Samurai now going to work together up towards the top. Pulls the Mounted Samurai back, gives them a little bit of a heal, and says, get back in there, boys. Look at all the debuffs on top of these Donzos towards the front. It's full Donzo together with Springalds, a couple of archers in the back. Meanwhile, the Mango's going to get cleaned up by the Sofa. Sofa going to get cleaned up by the Mounted Samurai. And the heals won't stop. The heals don't stop. The heals can't stop. The heals start coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. How many healers does he actually have at this point? Let's take a look and see. He's down to 45. I mean, down to 45. Are you really, if you've got 45 healers, are you really down? I mean, I guess if you had 69 healers before, you probably are. Infantry numbers still looking good here from mine, but look at this. Every single unit is debuffed. Every single unit has got minus 50% attack. Every single one. Only the reinforcements that are coming in, these extra 2, and you can see immediately they get debuffed. Watch how long it takes for these guys to get debuffed right here. It's taking their time. They're taking their time. Still, there we go. There we go. That guy got debuffed. This guy's about to get debuffed. Everyone. And now, finally, the grind. Finally. He makes his way towards the front with 32 Buddhist monks. Only 1 in the bank at the moment, though. And you've got to remember that if you lose that mass, it means you're going to start to have to gather gold the old-fashioned way with villagers. And nice little sprinkled shot right there. That sounded really cool as it shot through. Keep in mind the mounted samurai does get countered by the sprinkled. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful with those sprinkleds. Towards the north, still sprinkled in placement, doing its work. I tell you what, I wish you could just mute. That's my next suggestion. Give me like a mute, at least as an observer, like a mute attack ping. I don't want to see this attack ping ever come up, right? Like, if this lumber camp is getting sieged by the largest army in the world, I don't care. I don't care. It's just distracting me. I see it up there and I'm like, ooh, what's that? It's a lumber camp. It's getting attacked. Write that one down, devs. Write that one down. Okay. Is he going imp? I think he's going imp. He stopped producing the Buddhist monk. He's making 2.2k though per minute, but I think he's going imp. He's at 184 population, so does he just... I suspect he thinks he can't crack it. He doesn't think he can crack the Malian base. The Malian base is too damn strong. And, you know, despite having half the economy at this point, or at least half the villager count, he's holding on for dear life, and he's doing a good job. I'm genuinely impressed that CSO has held this strategy so tight to his chest, so close to his chest, and saved it for right now, right here, for us to cast this game in this EGC TV event. Castle of the Crow, now going to be put down in the center of the map, immediately next to a sacred site. Sacred victory is now approaching, and towards the center of the map, the army's build. Is he going to do that old thing that these players seem to keep doing, where they take a fight despite aging up? You know, I heard the sound again. I heard the sound. It's like a horn that goes off, dude. It's like a deep Mongolian horn, like. I think I got the picture of that right. Okay, we're going into cinematic. We're going into cinematic. They want to do it. I know they do. You can see, oh my, they're teetering on the edge. They're teetering on the edge. That age up's going to be through any second right now. Let's take a look and see how long have we got until it's here as the heals come through. It's up in about 20, probably 15 seconds at this point, Castle of the Crow. So the main thing that you'd be looking to do is just get your elite upgrades. But I mean, even at this point, your army's not really military. Your army's basically just, you know, it's basically just monks at this point, or priests at this point. You don't really need your upgrades, right? Age up comes through. What does he look for? As these upgraded... He just says, good game, good game. I don't want any little bit of it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it. The surrender comes through, and we have found ourselves a new favorite strategy. Watch out for it. If you see the Japanese picked again, you know it's going to be one of these games. I'm looking forward to it. I know you are too. Make sure you check out EGC TV this weekend.